I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with a 3-minute cattle market update for Friday, May the 6th, brought to you in part by the American Simmental Association, reminding you that the optimal balance between quality grade and yield grade is found in a composite that is half continental breeding and half English. See what Sim Genetics can do for you. Go to simmental.org. Boy, the board has really closed the gap on between it and the cash this week, with a nice rally going on that was kind of unexpected there, but closing that basis down. And the basis is just the difference between what cash is and what the board is on the spot market normally there. But live cattle futures on the June contract for Wednesday was up $1.07. Thursday up $2.17. The end of day on Thursday at $119.62, which has really closed that down. Feeder cattle for May on Wednesday was up $1.52, and Thursday up just over $3, $3.02 to end the day on Thursday at $147.95, and that actually just blew by cash. And I'm not even sure that cash heard it coming or seen it go by, but we really have gone by what the cash market is on the feeder cattle board now, and it's in the May contract, so it should be now. But your CME feeder cattle index is just 142.94, and it's falling. Real-time index on Cattle Market Central is 141.90, and it was actually up just a few cents on the Thursday sales, so we might expect CME to kind of stop going down and hold its ground a little bit too. But we've had no fat cattle sales so far this week at all. It's funny here, we've seen a $4.50 rally on the live cattle futures, and everybody's thinking that they may get steady money this week, which is just ridiculous. You know, we've lost $10 in 2 weeks on a live basis, 20 bucks in the meat, which is even worse, and they're hoping we'll get steady money after a $4.50 rally all through this week. And now your actual weights have really dropped this week. It's a 2-week delay on the actual carcass data, but come out on Thursday that went from 878 pounds on an average steer carcass to 870. That's a pretty good drop of 8 pounds just from 1 week to the next, even though it's a 2-week delay on that information. But we are starting to get these weights down a little bit. The kill has been really big, which has put pressure on your box beef. It's been struggling here under these heavier kills because the guys that are buying this meat are pretty good negotiators, nothing like the packers are, especially when it comes to dealing with the feedlots. But they've been buying that meat and bigger volumes of it at these lower levels, and they waited, and they're getting bought up, and they're going to stock their shelves pretty heavily right before these big grilling holidays that are coming up right around the corner here. But you look at your cash feeder cattle market in El Reno, Oklahoma, they had feeders steady to $2 higher on Wednesday, 10,600 head. If you look at the market report on Cattle Market Central there, got nearly all of those cattle in that market report, had 10,600 head, and you see that we got most all of those put in there. And you can't really pay any attention at all to the calves because not enough numbers on the calves to really tell, but you can tell all those cattle that come through that sale there at El Reno were mostly big, heavy yearlings off graze out wheat. Most of your steers weighing in the 9s and your heifers weighing in the 8s, and that's just some big cattle coming off there. But still the price is struggling there, even though it was a little bit better and stopped going down. In the southern plains, you got so many of those cattle moving off graze out wheat, it's just the market's really low on them. You look at most of them in the 130s, and they get into the heavier 9s, 120s there, and that's a lot lower than what we were dealing with for so long. You go further up north where there's not so many of those big cattle moving. Torrington, Wyoming there on Wednesday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon had a load of steers weighed 803, bringing $150.50. And that's more like what we were used to. But that's 3 minutes, and we'll talk to you next week.